This is what I call the after work yoga sequence, which only takes about 5 minutes to do, and it's a really great way to create a boundary between your work day when you come home from work and the rest of your evening when you want to relax and recharge. So it's just a good way to get all that stress and all the work stuff out of your system and out of your body so it doesn't continue to build and build in your system. So the first thing to do, and you don't even really need a yoga mat, you can just stand in your living room. Here we are in my living room. And I think it's just good to ground down. So you're gonna really stand in your feet about hip distance apart. And we're gonna come into Tadasana, mountain pose, and just flip the palms out. And just take a few deep clearing breaths and just start to really pay attention and to feel your body, just to feel your breath, just to feel grounded after the long day. And sometimes what I like to do is just to really tune in with the breath. Sometimes I'll even lift my palms a little bit on the inhale and press down on the exhale. Sometimes we don't even realize how fast we're starting to breathe. So you just take a couple breaths like this, inhaling and exhaling, and start to really feel the weight starting to become evenly distributed through the ball of your foot and your heel. So you're just feeling really aligned and straight and strong. So after you take a couple deep breaths, come back. And of course, especially in Western society, a lot of us hold tension through here and through our shoulders. So let's just start doing some really simple shoulder rolls all the way up to your ears and relaxing all the way back. And this is just so good and so therapeutic to do at the end of the day, and just to feel all that tension bunch up, and then to really exhale and release it and breathe it out so it doesn't keep building. So after you go a couple times in one direction, you're just going to switch directions. Time going from the back to the top, feel it, and let it go. And up, and let it go. Especially if you sit in a chair a lot, you're sitting during the day, it's really important to move the shoulders and to get this movement happening. Okay, and from here, again, a little bit into the neck, same thing, a couple neck rolls. Our poor neck has to support the head, all the heavy thinking and all the heavy thoughts of a direction, about 10 pounds or so, the weight of the head, and it's just a lot happening through the neck. So I think it's good to really work out the neck muscles, and sometimes I like to gently stay looking down and then tipping back up. Good. And just to create some mobility through the upper thoracic and neck, all through here. Okay, great. Now what I like to do here, depending on your flexibility, I really encourage a deep, deep bend in your knees so that your chest is laying on your thighs and you can really just let your back go. Here I like to wiggle my head. I like to do what I call the elephant sway, side to side. You just want to let everything come down and feel really supported. Sometimes it feels nice to grab opposite elbows, that's an option too, and just let your head go. Give yourself 5 to 10 breaths here. This is great for letting the blood come down. You're in an inversion of sorts, and you're just relaxing your spine, especially your lower back, which is so important. And then from here, again, stay as long as you like. I like to take a twist. It's really important to twist the spine. So again, bend your knees as much as you need to get your fingertips or your palms flat on the ground. Fingertips are better for beginners. You're just going to straighten up a little bit. You can keep your left knee bent more as you lift your right arm up. And sometimes I like to put my hand on my sacrum just to make sure I'm really twisting in my spine. I'm not just twisting my legs as well, my whole body, but getting a better twist in the spine. And I like to touch my heart and lift up and breathe. Now we're breathing through the nose. Nice and gentle and nice and slow. You can stay here for at least 5 breaths, ideally. And then you're gonna switch and come down. Again, stay as low as you need to. If you have a block, that's also helpful to use here, especially if you feel tight at the end of the workday. We're just going to gently bend the right knee and lift up with the left. And if it strains your neck to look up, you don't have to. You can keep looking down, just making sure that, again, that we're twisting through the spine. Twists are so great, especially at the end of the day. Good. And then again, back to our neutral. Ah, so juicy and wonderful at the end of the day. Forward fold. And then from here, we can come down into a child's pose, which will also feel really nice at the end of the day, just to let the head come down and rest. Hands back by your feet. And you can wiggle your hips out a little bit. Just letting the mind rest and know that you can turn it off, turn all the crazy sensory back and forth, the being pulled in a million directions. Now it's time to relax that at the end of the day. And again, if any step feels really good to you to stay, you should, and just give yourself, give your body and your mind that time to relax. Now, most of us sit at a desk all day and we're looking forward and looking at our computer, whereas back bending becomes really important. So we're just going to do some really gentle, this is baby cobra. You want to keep your neck long, so don't strain your neck by looking up. Just look about 6 inches in front of you and just start to roll your shoulders up and back. And again, this is meant to be a really gentle sequence, so no straining, just a couple times coming up into your baby cobra and just bending the spine backwards to balance from all that forward motion all day. Maybe one more. If we do a series of 3. Move forward. Good. And from here, one of my favorite yoga postures of all time, the combination of the cat and cow. So just doing a few cat and cows, shoulders and wrists lined up, knees and hips. And here we're just going to move the spine a couple times just to work through all that energy, all that stress that's been happening through the day. Release it out. And sometimes after that as well, you might like to come into another child's pose. And then the best part of all is you can take your mat if you have it, or a towel, or if you just want to lie in your rug in your living room. It's really great to put your knees or your legs up at the end of the day. So you're going to sit pretty close to your wall. As you lay down, you're going to lift your legs up. You're just going to elevate your legs. And this can be done, if you have a block, you can put it underneath your sacrum if you want. If you have long hair like mine, you can take your bun out. And you're just going to really, palms up. You're just going to chill out here for as long as you want. I would say at least 5 minutes would be really, really great, or 2 minutes or 3 minutes, whatever you have. You can also put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly to connect these chakras, these energy points for a couple of minutes. But let yourself have this time. You've been running around all day long, and so it's just really nice. It relaxes your legs, it lets the veins relax, all the blood comes down. This is a really passive inversion. It's really nice to just rebalance your system and to lay here. So I hope you guys enjoy this, try it. In any case, I do encourage you to create something like this, or your own personal, quick, even really fast. It doesn't have to take a lot of time, but just some kind of separation between your work day and your evening, the rest of your day beyond work, or on the weekends. Just something to get the stress out of your body and to reconnect and to feel balanced in your system. So Shanti, thank you so much, and I hope this really helps you guys. I hope you will bring it into your life.